The 5 Best Video Cards to Mine Ethereum, 2017. Are you looking for the best mining GPU to win Ethereum, Ethereum Classic and other cryptocurrencies? You have come to the right place, because here we list the best graphic cards to generate cryptocurrencies, along with the best prices so you can start winning quickly and easily. You have probably heard about Bitcoin, Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies that many people consider to be the digital currencies of the future, since it is a really exciting way to make money. The idea behind cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum is that they are generated and transferred between individuals, without depending on central authorities, like traditional banks. Part of the attraction of cryptocurrency mining is that you can use a common PC to achieve it. Many cryptocurrencies, such as Ethereum, use techniques that make intensive use of graphic memory, so you need a PC with a decent GPU and a good amount of graphics memory. Therefore, when looking for the best GPU for mining, you should take into account the amount of memory that this card has, as well as the cost and energy consumption. Using your GPU for mining will not generate large amounts of cryptocurrencies at first, unless you are willing to invest a large amount of money in multiple GPUs. That means you'll want to minimize your initial outlay and operating costs to maximize your profits. Therefore, we have created this list of the best GPUs for mining, since we have not only examined the specific requirements that a mining graphics card needs, but we have also compared an extensive list of models to offer you the best prices. 1. Nvidia GeForce GTX 1070. Low power consumption, high hash rate. Base frequency, 1506 MHz memory, 8 GB GDDR5 memory clock, 8 Gbps power connectors, 1x6 pins power consumption, 150W outputs, 3x DisplayPort 1.4, 1x HDMI 2.0, DLDVI. The GTX 1070 from Nvidia is not only a great graphics card for games, but also an excellent GPU for mining. This is because it handles a high hash rate of around 30 mH/s without needing too much power. Remember, the more power a GPU requires, the more expensive its operation will be, which will reduce your cryptocurrency earnings. As with many recent Nvidia GPUs, the 1070 is expensive, so you'll have to fork out a hefty initial startup amount, but if you're interested in long-term cryptocurrency mining, the 1070 is the best GPU currently available. 2. AMD Radeon RX 580. The favorite GPU for Ethereum mining. Core frequency, 1257 MHz memory, 8 GB GDDR5 memory clock, 8 Gbps power connectors, 1x8 pin, 1x6 pin power consumption, 185W outputs, 1 DisplayPort 1.4, 1x HDMI 2.0. The AMD Radeon RX 580 is one of the best GPUs available for mining, and in fact it is a small victim of its own success, as it can sometimes be difficult to find at a good price. However, its popularity is guaranteed, as it offers an excellent hash rate of up to 29 mH/s, keeping electricity consumption low. It is also cheaper than the GTX 1070, and if you do not mind adjusting some settings, you will be very satisfied with the mining performance of this card. 3 AMD Radeon RX 480. A previous GPU, but still excellent for mining Ethereum. Base frequency, 1120 MHz memory, 8 GB GDDR5 memory clock, 8 GB PS power connectors, 1x8 pin, 1x6 pin power consumption, 150W outputs, 1 DisplayPort 1.4, 1x HDMI 2.0. If you want a low cost of entry into the world of mining, then the AMD RX 480 is an excellent choice. This is because it is a little older than the AMD Radeon RX 580, so the prices are lower, especially if it is second-hand. Yes, this is another AMD card that can be difficult to track thanks to its mining capacity. However, with 8 GB of GDDR5 RAM, it achieves a decent hash rate of 28 ms/s, and again does not require too much power. There are also versions available with 4 GB of GDDR5 RAM, if you are looking for a GPU at an even lower cost. 4 AMD Radeon RX Vega 56. Perfect graphic execution above consumption. Core frequency, 1156 MHz memory, 8 GB HBM2 memory clock, 800 MHz power connectors, 2x8 pins power consumption, 210W outputs, 3x DisplayPort 1.4, 1x HDMI 2.0. The AMD Radeon RX Vega 56 is one of Ethereum's most powerful graphics cards for mining right now. The latest benchmarks show that it runs faster than the Nvidia GTX 1070 and, thanks to the recent rise of the Ethereum, it will also be profitable from the first day. Again, it can be difficult to get a GPU at this time, and its power consumption means that it can end up being expensive to operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on a mining platform, but in general terms it works very well as mining GPU and has a higher hash rate than the rest of GPUs in this list, 32 mH/s factory. If you can find one on offer, it is definitely worth considering. 5 Nvidia GTX 1080 Ti. A powerful, but expensive, GPU to mine Ethereum. Base frequency, 1.480 MHz memory, 11 GB GDDR5X memory clock, 11 GHz power connectors, 1x6 pin, 1x8 pins power consumption, 250W outputs, 3x DisplayPort 1.4, 1x HDMI 2.0. The Nvidia GTX 1080 Ti is still one of the most powerful graphics cards in the world, and it is our recommendation as the best graphics card for 4K games. However, as a mining GPU, it is also an excellent option, but there are some considerations that prevent it from being higher on this list. First of all, it is still a costly GPU, and the power consumption is high compared to other cards. This means that the return on your investment is lower, and it will take you longer to cover your costs. If you do not mind spending on this GPU, or you're going to use it to play, you'll be very happy with the results, especially if with a bit of adjustment you can get a hash rate of 32 mH/s.